So literally this entire sport, if you can even call it that, is just a massive group of people just consistently abusing animals in a very serious way that's causing long-term damage. Hey bitch, and welcome back to me talking about people I hate. So today we are going to be reacting to bad horse social media accounts. This could be either on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. This page has been sent to me more times than I can count, and this is on TikTok. Oh my god. You know, anytime I speak about different cultures or traditions, I always know that I'm gonna be attacked by some mob or another, because people don't seem to realize, like, you get so many people who say, well, it's part of their culture, it's part of their tradition, that's why they do stuff like this. Traditions and culture don't matter when it's abusive. For people to say that abuse, especially animal abuse or child abuse or anything, any type of abuse, is acceptable because it's part of someone's culture is super fucked up. So today's social media account that we're going to be talking about, which I'm not gonna botch the name, I'll just put it up there, is about charro riding. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically Mexican cowboy style riding, whatever, a Mexican version of dressage, like a piaffe or a passage.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say any more. And I'm assuming what we're gonna see a lot on this page is dancing horses, because girl, I'm scrolling this page and that's pretty much all I see.
Ahí déjelo plantado así.
Girl, it's honestly such a disgrace that they put like heart eye emojis as their caption. Like, that looks fucking disgusting. Oh, it's so bad to see this done to any animal, but I mean, especially the really, really sweet breeds. And I'm not trying to make it sound any better for any of the other breeds, but you know, it just breaks my heart, especially when I see breeds like Friesians that are just big puppy dogs and they just want to love and please everyone. When I see them being so unbelievably mistreated and abused, I mean, it breaks my heart to see any animal in that position, but especially the more vulnerable animals, mentally speaking, because Friesians are so much more vulnerable and way less likely to fight back. Like, every single Friesian I've ever met is just the sweetest, kindest soul, and it's just... My horse isn't like that, okay? If somebody were to try to do this on Link, he would bite them and probably kick them in the face or throw them off. Like, Link would never tolerate this. So it's just, it's sad to see this happen, see these horses that are just so beaten down. Ew, you can see the chains on this horse's legs in this video. Although I agree that the vast majority of that industry is abusive, because that's kind of part of the culture, is they just kind of treat horses like shit, no offense. I mean, that's just the majority of charro riders that are non-abusive actually agree with that statement. There's many riders that are part of that dancing horse community that have spoke out against the culture and against how abusive a lot of this shit is, saying that there's better ways to do this. So I think that's important to note, that there are people among that community that are trying to make a difference and they're trying to train their horses responsibly, but it's also important to recognize that more than 70%, which that's a number I'm pulling out of thin air, it's not actual data, of the people in this community are abusing their animals. And the reason I'm saying it's so prevalent is because it really is. I mean, you see so many instances of these horses being sent to auctions when they no longer want them, or sent to slaughter, or dumped on the side of the road. Generally, they take a horse, they put it between two cross ties, or they tie the horse's neck down in a hyperflexed position. And we all know how bad hyperflexion is for horses. It causes severe muscle and tissue damage and has an incredibly high stress response for the horse. We know this because there's been many studies conducted on the cortisol blood level, which is the increased stress response in a horse when their neck is tied in such a hyperflexed position, which is something that you see even in dressage, which is one of the reasons why roker, I think that's the name of it, is outlawed, because it's really, really bad for the horse's neck structure, their tissue. It can cause nerve damage, it can cause musculoskeletal system damage long term. And a lot of these dancing horses, they want the horse to stand there nice and still, and they only want the horse to move their legs, which is why they like the horse's neck to not be moving at all and be in a fixed position. So they literally tie the horse's head to be in a hyperflexed position, which causes severe damage for long periods of time to weaken the neck structure to where the horse doesn't fight back at all. And while they do this, they repeatedly whip and beat the horse, put chains on the feet to get the horse to pick up their legs. I mean, it's horrible. They do this for hours upon hours upon hours on end to these animals, which is how they teach the horses to lift their legs like this, which is why so many of the horses that were part of the dancing horse charro community, once they're dumped or given to new people or rehomed, they have serious nerve damage and long-term, skin, tissue, integumentary system damage to their legs. It causes serious issues, even to the point where sometimes horses that are so severely beaten on their legs need actual, nerve blocks from veterinarians to be put in place on a regular basis, so that way these horses don't have long-term neuropathic pain. Neuropathic pain is also found in horse necks that are hyperflexed as well. So literally this entire sport, if you can even call it that, is just a massive group of people just consistently abusing animals in a very serious way that's causing long-term damage. You don't even have to be an equestrian to know that this is wrong. And that's why I think it's important to make videos like this calling people out, because this should be reported. You see the pretty dancing and the pretty horse that's moving its feet in a really weird, uncomfortable looking way. Like, first of all, do these horses look comfortable to you? I think not. But what you see is this pretty finished, polished picture of what they post on the internet, and you don't see the behind the scenes of what it really looks like when they train these horses. Sometimes horses are even beaten on their legs with actual pieces of wood. It's just so depressing to see stuff like this. Like, you can see this horse's neck is hyper flexed in this video. It's because they don't want the horses to move their necks at all, which that alone, even if they weren't whipping the horse's legs, because I've seen a few charro riders say that they don't whip their horses, but I've seen them hyper flex the horse necks. That is still abusive. Like, you are still causing so much damage to that horse's neck structure and nerve damage, tissue damage, whatever, by doing that. Like, you're causing severe stress to your animal. And it just doesn't even look good. Like, look at that. It just looks fucking awful. It looks like dog shit, dude. I mean, whoever told these people that this was a cool thing, why is this cool? Equestrians should literally shut this down whenever they see it and be like, no, this is not cool. It doesn't look good. It looks like the horses are stressed. It looks like the horses are panicking. They're uncomfortable. This looks like a pain response. Why is this something that people look at on TikTok and they like and they're like, oh my God, wow, this is so cool. Really? That's cool to you? Okay. And a lot of people would say, well, you don't even see a whip at all in that video. It's called learned helplessness, okay? The horse sees the whip. The person, after whipping them so many times, doesn't have to whip them anymore. They just have to show the whip to the horse for the horse to be like, oh, I don't want to get beat. So anyway, guys, that's my video for today. That's my dissection on charro riding. Just fucking don't, dude. Just don't. And when you see it, shut it down. I give this -5 stars. Like, honestly, these people are horrible for doing this to their animals, and also horrible for using tradition as a cop-out and an excuse to abuse their animals. Like, it just needs to stop. So anyway, guys, remember to check out Equestrian. That link is going to be down below, but otherwise, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!